The South Carolina Tea Party had a convention yesterday, and YouTube host Wild Bill made a speech where he tried to claim Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. for the right.
Martin Luther King Jr. had a dream, and it was a good one. He dreamed of a day when skin color would not matter anymore. A day when character would be more important than skin color. But when we look at what's happening in the USA today, it's pretty easy to see that Dr. King's dream got hijacked along the way. I believe that racism would have died out in this country a long time ago, except that some people figured out that racism can be very profitable, both financially and politically. And now, those who are most vocal about Martin Luther King Jr. being their hero seem to be the most race-driven people in America. The left have mastered the art of turning every issue into a skin color issue. Character be damned. Manufacturing racism for political purposes is a big business in the USA, and manufactured racism has been used to hurt the Tea Party from day one. And I think it's about time we did something about that. There's no doubt in my mind that if Martin Luther King Jr. was alive today, the liberal left would spit in his face because he would be such a threat to their political agendas. We are the people who practice Dr. King's dream. It is the Tea Party where people are not judged by the color of their skin. And it is Tea Party Americans who believe that character still counts. So today, I am officially announcing that the Tea Party is taking Dr. Martin Luther King away from the liberal left. Oh, the liberal left will go nuts because it means America is going to start asking good questions. Like, why is the Tea Party putting Martin Luther King on their signs? I thought they were a bunch of racists.
That's right. A lot of them are. Not all of them, but a lot of them are. We'll come back to that in a second. But overall, what's the takeaway from this? I guess if you can't beat them, join them. And notice, he's embodying this idea of denying racism, which is what he's doing. Oh, manufactured racism today, blah, 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 blah. Denying racism is the new racism. People who fear reverse racism more than racism, that's the new form of racism. It has morphed. It has evolved over the years. And also notice the irony that in a speech about racism that he's giving, he's decrying talking about racism. He's like, how dare liberals talk about racism all the time? They never shut up about racism. You're the one giving the speech, dude. What are you talking? You're talking about race right now as you're saying that talking about race is not okay. Oh, I see how it works, though. When you do it, it is okay. But if a liberal responds to you, oh, manufactured racism, you're the real problem here. How dare you talk about race? Only I could talk about race whenever I want and not be racist. They're such clowns, and they fail logic over and over and over. But let's go ahead and look into that claim. The idea that the Tea Party has now claimed Martin Luther King Jr. because we more represent him today, not the liberals. All right, so let's see some of the signs that have been held up at Tea Party rallies. Oh, that's right. That would be a problem. One of them is Obama dressed as a witch doctor, but no, that's not racist. Another one says, Obama, what you talking about, Willis? Spend my money? I think they think that's witty, but I can't be sure because it just sounds dumb. Another one says, Obamonomics, monkey see, monkey speech, or monkey spend, excuse me. The kid who's holding the sign looks like he's like 13 years old. Stay classy. I'm sure his parents aren't racist, though, and didn't indoctrinate him in that way. I'm sure somehow this is the fault of liberals, right? Another one says, Obama's plan, white slavery. Obama's change, slavery for all Americans. I love how there's no comma there or anything. It's just one long sentence. And the other one says, the zoo in African and the White House has a lion African. What the fuck? The zoo has an African, and the White House has a lion African. That doesn't even make sense, but I'm sure in the mind of that idiot it does make sense. But I know these people are not racist. They're just misunderstood, and it's the goddamn liberals. Let's take a look at some more here. Instead of the hope sign, it has rope with the picture of Obama being lynched. But that's not racist either. Remember, all of these were held at Tea Party events. All of them were held at Tea Party events. Now, again, this doesn't represent the entire movement, but it certainly counts as part of the record that the Tea Party has on race. You can't brush it aside. And by the way, would you see signs like this held at an Elizabeth Warren rally or Bernie Sanders rally? Yeah, I didn't think so. Another one has Obama dressed as a pimp. Another one has Obama in a picture with literal monkeys. Another one has, people holding Confederate flags. Another one says, hang in there, Obama, and has a picture of a noose. Again, stay classy. Another one says, hey, Hussein, quit Dixie Chicken Our Nation. Go back to Kenya. But no race involved there. So, what's the reality here? Again, I'll repeat myself. If you can't beat them, join them. They realize that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Has a record that is impeccable. So what do? You can't say we disagree with him anymore, even though back in the day they did disagree with him vehemently. So now they say, I don't know, he's a Republican all along and he's a conservative. He'd agree with us today. He wouldn't agree with anybody on the left today. Really? Okay, so you agree with him. That's what you just said, right? You guys represent him more. That's what you just said, right? So why are you not marching in the street for an increase in the minimum wage? That's what he cared about. This is the stuff he was protesting for before he was killed. He was at a union rally when he was killed. Do you support unions? You support unions, right? You say you represent him more than the liberals do today, so you support unions, I guess. You support universal health care? Famous quote of his where he thinks injustice in the healthcare system is the worst kind of justice. You oppose war, right? You're anti-war activist, right? Because he was a huge anti-war activist, right? I can't hear you.